about how he was at ease, as the title suggests, in love at ease. One of Swami Shri's most telling characteristics was his ability to give. Like a mother, his empathy and generosity were immeasurable. This was because giving never felt like he was losing, only as if he was gaining. To be at ease, one gives selflessly without calculating returns, questioning intent, or claiming credit. Main Swami Maharaj, who is the current successor to the organization that he was president and guru of, since Pramukh Swami has since passed away. He was known as Vinubhai before initiation, recalls the time when he traveled with Swami Shri during his summer break from college. Yogi Maharaj, which was Pramukh Swamiji's guru. So we've got three people mentioned in this succession in this story. Yogi Maharaj is the guru of Swami Shri. Swami Shri is the guru of Vinubhai Mahan Swami. Yogi Maharaj had gone to Bhavnagar and left him in Swami Shri's care. The small inner city mandir in Ahmedabad was built in a cramped home inside of the tight alleys of the city. The chief administrator was overly protective of the mandir's resources and only gave enough daily rations to Pramukh Swami and his attendant to cook for one person, even though he knew there were 3 people. As the president, Swami Shri could have used his authority and asked for more. He did not do so to avoid upsetting the elderly volunteer. Swami Shri realized that Vinubhai preferred rotli to rice. He made warm rotlis, spread ghee, clarified butter on each one, and generously served them to Vinubhai. He knew that the college student had a voracious appetite and was too shy to ask for more, just like his own younger self. He kept serving rotlis, and Vinubhai kept eating them. After about a week, Vinubhai realized that Swami Shri had been giving him his share of rotlis with a smile and without a subtle hint. Vinubhai was embarrassed and asked, "Swami Shri, why have you been giving me your share?" Swami Shri replied, "It is all from God's thal. It is not mine or yours. It is His. It is ours." Swami Shri gave his time, energy, resources, and even his independence and personal desires to provide comfort for others. He gave because it brought him joy, and because he knew that God would always provide for him. To be at ease is to give whatever you can, knowing that God is the provider. These are the qualities that I saw in his daily routine, eating habits, and conversations. There are many more traits that shone within this exemplary human. On the flip side, I could argue that none of these defined him. Swami Shri believed he was and lived as the inner self, the Atman. Sri Krishna Bhagwan, which I happen to have a picture of next to me, or an artistic rendition of, reminded Arjuna, the archer in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that the Atman, the self, has no qualities of its own. We only perceive these qualities. In that case, these are just the human qualities that I perceived in my Guru. Swami Shri only experienced himself as the Atman, as an exemplary das and bhakta, servant and devotee of the divine, and that is why he was so comfortable in his own skin. That section ends there, but let us begin quickly this next section of at ease in this chapter. being himself. Swami Shri was secure with who he was, and he did not try to be or project a version of himself that he was not. To be at ease, one has to be oneself and not try too hard. I have seen many gurus within a lineage emulate their predecessors to gain the trust and love of their followers and disciples. A friend of mine who is in the clergy in the church used to quip about how he surveyed a popular predecessor's habits before he met his new congregation. Emulating those habits made him a favorite with the new congregation after the first Eucharist. Swami Shri was different. He never tried to copy Shastriji Maharaj or Yogi Ji Maharaj's gestures or intonations. Dev Charandas Swami was Swami Shri's first personal attendant. He was standing a few feet away from Swami Shri and watched as one bhakta after another devotees passed by for blessings. Swami Shri smiled and folded his hands or gently placed his hand on the bhakta's shoulders. Dev Charandas Swami turned to Swami Shri and recommended, "Why don't you follow Yogi Ji Maharaj's mannerisms?" He was popular among the bhaktas. He used to give dabhas, open-cupped tap on the upper back, and gently caress the heads and ears of the bhaktas while he spoke to them. It will help you get close to these bhaktas too. Swami Shri folded his hands and remembered his guru. That was his way of doing things. I am a little more reserved. It is not my style. Copying my guru in that way would be superficial. I would look foolish, since it does not come naturally to me. I cannot be who I am not. He was great. I cannot be compared to him, nor will I pretend to be like him. Your daughter's name is Atmanani, shares Abel. What a beautiful name. Swami Shri strongly believed that a spiritual aspirant should pay close attention to what the Guru says, their visionary command, their agna in Sanskrit, agna, and not merely what the Guru does, charitra. Yogi Ji Maharaj used to write in a diary every morning after his puja ritual. He wrote a variety of things, including injunctions, memories with his guru, or short musings on spirituality. On festival days, he wrote about the festival, or a lesson associated with that festival. Harshad Bhai Dev put a diary next to Swami Shri during his morning puja. Swami Shri looked at the diary after puja and signed it. Harshad Bhai requested him to write a little more, a blessing. Swami Shri wrote 2 pages worth and placed it on the side. The next day, the diary was there again. After the puja ritual, Swami Shri picked it up and noticed that it was the same diary from the day before. He placed it on the side. Harshad Bhai Dev was about to approach Swami Shri to request him to write something again when Ishwar Bhai Desai asserted from the back of the room, "Yogi Ji Maharaj used to write something every day." Swami Shri picked up the diary to write something, but then looked up at the bhaktas and said, "We are supposed to do what Yogi Ji Maharaj instructs us to do, not just copy what he does." Though Swami Shri started writing in the diary every day to please Ishwar Bhai and the other bhaktas, he wanted to make it clear that he would not emulate his guru under the false pretense of being someone he was not. To be at ease, one must be comfortable with their actions and not emulate others for popularity or support. That's a good lesson, and a good one to end this reading on. So, I thank you for listening.